got our banter.
Yeah.
So let's get on to the episode. As always, I'm Ghosty, and today I'm joined by,
The Germ.
and I've taken over the hosting duties for this episode.
It's a pleasure.
As it happens, as we go back and forth. So this week we watched episode 8. It was called
Capsule Toy Machine. Capsule
Yes.
Toy Machine.
Also known as a gacha in Japan. So step right up and have a look. It's time for Yami Shibai. Woo. Episode title, Capsule Toy Machine, like I just said.
Yep, because I always have
the
it
episode. There. Yeah, I'm just reading through the steps, and I was like, oh, I guess I'll repeat it.
That's cool. Don't worry about it.
The episode starts with a businessman.
Just
who's
1
walking down the
second.
street. I'll just demonstrate with my fingers.
Okay.
He's walking down the street late at night. He's talking to himself about how work's just not going well for him recently. That's when he spots an old man at a toy capsule machine, putting coin after coin into the machine and getting excited every time a little toy pops out. The businessman sighs to himself, saying nostalgically, "That brings me back." But then he wonders, why is the old man so obsessed with this capsule toy machine? Oh well, he heads home and doesn't worry about it. The next day, a dog is digging through a trash can nearby.
Very important. Very important to the story.
Establishing shot. It's kind of like the cats last episode.
It is. It really is.
So as this dog is digging through the trash can, the businessman sighs to himself again and says, that was also not a very good day. But then he stops in place and he sees the capsule machine all by itself that the old man was at last night. He walks up and he puts some coins in the machine, turning the handle. Puching, a capsule pops out. He pops it open. Inside, he finds a little car eraser. But it's not just any eraser. It's his car eraser that he lost when he was young. He smiles as some gray hairs appear on his head. He excitedly puts more money in the machine, his hair completely turning gray at this point, but he doesn't notice. The next capsule barks as he opens it. It's John, his childhood dog. How did you fit in there, you silly dog? He looks older now. Wrinkles and a gray beard are starting to form. He goes for another capsule. His hands are barely skin and bones now. After some time, he pulls a figure of a young girl out and he smiles while crying, asking it, "Why didn't you tell me you were moving?" While crying, he says, "This brings back memories." As his tears fall to the ground, some teeth fall next to them. Gross.
It's very gross.
Another businessman walks by, noticing his obsession with the machine. Not saying anything, the new businessman leaves as the old man turns the crank again. Wow, he looks desperate in that image. While chanting, one more time.
One more time.
Like he's at a fraternity party. He reaches for another capsule, but he falls to the ground, going silent. The next day, the second businessman spots the machine all alone and wonders what the old man was so obsessed with the night before, putting many coins into the machine, and the screen fades to black. We hear the crank being turned over and over and over again.
Ka-chunk, ka-chunk.
The end.
Early impressions. I actually enjoyed this one. It was a fun time.
Yeah, I thought it was good too.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like it can have more meanings to it, which is fun for our own purpose.
Yeah.
You missed one scene in these screenshots, or maybe I just didn't notice it because I was reading the synopsis. But the scene where he's got his eyeball, that was freaking weird.
I couldn't fit it in with the description of the episode. It
I see. I didn't like that scene. It made me slightly uncomfortable.
Aren't you happy I don't have it in the screenshots then?
Yeah, I don't really need to see that again.
The teeth were freaky enough.
Oh yeah, you have a thing with is it nails or teeth?
Nails. Teeth don't bother
Okay. Okay. Well, that was lucky then.
me. I wanted to point this out. The salaryman is back.
Oh, it's been a reoccurring theme in episodes, you mean?
Not like they've been salaryman over and over and over again.
True.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll see more.
Oh
Sure,
yeah,
this is
we
the
will
last
see
of
more.
the salary man.
Yeah.
So, when I visited Japan recently, there were some black gotcha machines like this.
Oh.
Um, I think there was a sign on it that said like 18 plus XXX.
Oh.
That's what I thought this was gonna go at the very start. I was like, okay.
I didn't know that. That's really funny.
I didn't really like. I was like, this would be weird if it ends up in that way. But
Yeah, like, sorry to laugh so hard at the line. How did you fit in there, you silly dog? I added that 'cause I think it's so funny.
I felt like I was stealing your joke when I read that.
No. I read it for either of us, right? It's
Yeah, that part was weird. Was it supposed to be like his actual dog, or is that supposed to be like a toy version of his dog?
he acts like it's his actual dog, but
But then again, there's like the girl later. That'd be weird if that was like a mini girl. So it
You're
must have been
right.
a toy version. Yeah.
and we hear like for the dog we hear barking, but the toy doesn't move.
He's just getting like entranced or something, maybe.
Yeah, like he's stuck in his memories.
What do you think the last gotcha was that came out that he never got?
Probably him finding the gotcha machine.
Whoa. It's deep. I thought it might be like a tombstone or something.
Oh, that would have
But
been
they never
awesome.
opened it, so.
Yeah. I went more meta. You went more practical.
I thought he was going to open it.
Yeah. So, what do you think happens to all the dead bodies? Do you think the city's like,
I was
another
about to
one
ask that.
died here again?
Yeah, you think they would start to get suspicious like every night. There's another old man here.
Like, dang, where are all these
Something's up.
old men coming from?
Gotcha, addicted old man.
And of course, the cycle continues with the new guy, right?
Yeah, every night. Strange.
And honestly, these men don't look that old to be like reminiscing like that.
I think maybe like 40s.
I guess 40 is the start where you really start reminiscing hard.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
That's when you give up on your dreams.
You give up on your dreams way earlier than that.
True.
Oh. So what do you think the background of this machine is, like, in lore?
Mm.
Do you think it, like,
I don't know,
feeds off people's age? Do you think it was meant to be a blessing and ends up being a curse? Like,
Maybe, yeah, some kind of curse like that. Maybe. Yeah, I have no idea. It's powered by
Right?
human nostalgia.
like,
It's a trap. It's a soul trap.
that would make sense. Yeah. Anything else to say about the episode before we go to the comments?
No, just pretty good.
Like, I feel like I'm holding back a little bit because there's like the themes and metaphors I don't really want to get into too much.
Yeah, same. I think we'll probably be on the same page there.
Yeah, I think we will too. Aliens, right?
Yes, that's most of it.
Very mixed emotions for the comments in this one.
Really?
Yeah, I'll go first. Conundrum 32,068. It says 20, but it doesn't say 20 cents or yen. It obviously means 20 years. I bet it would turn even without the money in it. I love this theory.
It's a good theory, actually. Yeah. That's about right, actually.
Right?
For how long he took to die, yeah.
There is a time transition in there that I'm not sure how long it is.
Between the cranks, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
But that adds so much to the story.
Yeah, that's a great observation, actually.
And here's a hidden one.
Cryptic Crunch left a hidden comment.
What's it gonna be? Do you think it's like one of life great mysteries or
could not even hazard a guess.
Nope.
He said, he had no life. His life was already being sucked out by his job. Was the capsule machine really worse? I thought this was going to be a meme, but this is serious.
It's too true. It's way too true.
The metaphor. I'll note this one.
I'll remember this for later. Roadkill pudding. I didn't know you could OD on nostalgia. Honestly,
you definitely can.
The longer I live, the more I see this.
Yes, definitely, 100%. Yeah. I totally agree.
And we're not even in our 40s yet. I've already seen this.
Rose-tinted goggles.
There's binoculars at this point.
Paper Ninja said, people with bad childhoods would be able to walk away from this one.
That's an interesting take, eh?
They'd be like, nah, this sucks, and just leave.
And they'd get one of like, what a rip, and like walk away.
Yeah. I hate this.
I assume everyone has something to be nostalgic about, but you know, people are varied and different. Oh, I have a long one for myself. Alloon. Alloon.
Yeah, I think it's good.
The machine is kind of like this series. One more episode, one more episode, one more episode, as you slowly descend into an irrational state of fear as the episode goes on, and the time to go to sleep draws ever closer. I liked it.
Whoa, that is fun. I've been spacing the episodes well, just because we had to have to discuss them afterwards.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
The first time you watched it, did you go through really quickly, or did you have it more?
I was watching it as it came out, so it was once every week.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Really? 10 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm old.
Yeah, it's nostalgic. You'd crank the machine and an episode of Yami Shibai would actually come out.
Yeah. I just get this episode.
That's crazy.
Ugh. Here's the next one.
Suchi Doll says, if any part of this was scary, it was his teeth falling out. Shiver.
A lot of talk about the teeth in the comments.
People hate that. It's a pretty common nightmare, is that people have their teeth falling out.
Supposedly it means your fear of losing your beauty, but I don't think that's right.
I think it's just that teeth falling out sucks.
It's one of those places that like pain really sucks.
And you can never get the tooth back.
Right? Wow, that's really deep. Like, it's true.
That didn't mean to be deep. I was just a general observation that when you lose your tooth, there's no getting it back.
Hey, just because you didn't mean to doesn't mean it's not deep.
Thing.
Yeah. So here's willpower 8,254. I'm giving myself all the numbers today. Took me 3 years to get the moral of this story firsthand. Ouch.
Yeah, damn. Maybe they were young when they first saw the episode.
Probably. Oh, that hits too close to home.
You 10 years ago. Do you think you got this the first time you saw it?
Sorry?
Do you think you got this the first time you saw? I'm sure you did. It's not that.
I mean, I would have been like 20-something. Yes, I'm old.
No comments.
It would have been my young 20s, okay? And here's the last comment.
Kuruwaza said, "This is how Nintendo makes their money." That's true.
It's so true. And I lied. There is another comment. I just thought that was really funny, though, because that is literally how Nintendo makes their money.
I fell for this recently when I bought the Super Mario 64
Sunshine. Oh, the 3 classics?
Yeah. And I was playing it, and I was like, this isn't as fun as I expected.
You have to go with expectations. It was like, I'm going to say the first 3D game, even though there are other ones that could contend as well.
First 3D platformer.
Might be more accurate.
Yeah.
So one last comment from the other website. Tapanda. I applaud the person who came up with the concept. it was finally an episode that only this show could pull off, and it came out pretty rad. I agree. I don't know what other series could pull this off.
It's a shining review.
Yeah. Like, if you think of like Yami Shibai, this is the kind of episode that really shines.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
There's a few that stand out to me.
Mm.
This one, the train one that I didn't really like at the time.
I think our discussion more was the what made it for you, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's more memorable too.
Yeah. Any others stick out to you?
You don't want to know. Stand by.
That's a hard one to forget because there's not much to remember. Oh, are you ready for themes and metaphors?
Yeah, definitely. I'm curious if I feel like we're gonna be the same, but if we're not, then I'm really interested.
What I have written down is getting lost in your past and not enjoying the life you have left.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate. Pretty much the same page for me. It's just like always looking back and not paying attention to what you're doing right now. Like he could take actions to change his circumstances.
Like if you really hate
his
your
current
job
life.
that much, you should probably quit, right?
Try to do something. Yeah. Like even if it's like finding stuff outside of work to enjoy if you are stuck with the job. But instead he looks back to his past and tries to live through those past memories, and in doing so ends up missing his whole life.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about the episode other than that.
Yeah, it's pretty much a warning. Heed my warning.
Don't get old.
Nostalgia's fine in like little doses.
Just don't hit up on the stuff.
Yeah, can also delude you and make you lose track of time.
Very easily. So what is your personal score?
I'm debating between 9 and 10. I think I'll do 10. I liked the meaning of it. It was easy for my smooth brain to understand.
And I gave it an 8. I think it's a really good episode, but it doesn't quite crack the top for me. Not quite.
It is relatively straightforward, but
yeah,
that's what I liked about it. It doesn't have to be too complicated.
And I like when there's like a monster involved too. I find that does also increase it for me.
Yeah, monsters are cool.
Yeah. So, what place do you think this puts it in?
I think it's number 1 for this season.
You think it's number 1?
Yeah.
The nerve of you to get it right.
I think just by the fact that I gave it a 10 boosts it enough that.
And I gave it very highly as well.
Give it a high rating, then yeah, it's going number 1.
So it's above our number 2, which is tied between Taro-chan and Wall Woman.
It definitely deserves to be above both of those.
Oh yeah, like I'm looking at the list and I don't see any that I think would be below. Yeah. I feel like I've said everything I want to about the episode.
Yeah, it was good. Good episode. What's next?
Next week is called Farewell Confessional. Any guesses about what it's about?
Somebody saying goodbye to a friend that maybe they have some secrets they kept from them, and the secrets are dark.
Okay, it took me a second to remember this episode. You're close. You're very close.
I kept it kind of vague so that I would just be like in a general ballpark for a lot of things.
You were, yeah. I will find out how close he was next week. Thank you for joining me, Ghosty.
It's been a pleasure as always. Germ, signing off.
And thank you for being you.